Hey, what's going on, beautiful jellyfish? It's Tracy. Thank you so much for taking a little bit of time today to hang out with me. I really appreciate it. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing a video that I don't think I've ever done before, which is things that I do not have time for. Do y'all know that like new meme, or maybe it's an old meme, I don't know, where it's like, I do not have time for this. I do not have time for you. This is like how I feel in this video. So basically, we're just jumping into it. So I have 6 things that I want to talk about. So the first thing is I do not have time for loose decks floating around. I get like worst case scenario. I don't know why I just think this, because like I love the community in Austin, but I'm just paranoid that like my deck is going to be stolen. I don't know why I think that. I'm just like, what if just someone just on the table and they're just like, phew, and then they steal it? You know what I mean? I feel like I have a solid amount of like identifiable cards that like, you know what I mean? I have like a card sign. Like I feel like, you know, I don't think that that's going to happen, but I just get paranoid. And I'm like, what if someone just does that? And I don't know. So I do not have time for loose deck boxes, which is why I want to do really quick inventory, which is why the alternative is my Super Hive. This is my ultimate card. I talk about it all the time. She's heavy. She holds a lot, man. This is the purple one. Paul has the black one. I got him it for Christmas. Maybe like 2 years ago or something. At this point, I don't even know. But it holds 8 little deck boxes, and then it's got this little thing here, which I use to hold my dice, and my little, that I get comments on all the time. This is from this game called Ashanti, Half Genie Hero. It's like a really nice weighted coin that I use to put on top of my deck so I don't miss triggers. Anyways, this thing is amazing. I don't have time for loose deck boxes. It keeps everything organized. I do have a couple, but that way I'm able to do a really quick inventory where I'm able to be like, okay, 8, and then I think I have 11 commander decks at this point. 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe 12. I don't know. Okay, well, I'll have to do that math later and find out, because I haven't played Magic in forever. So really, it's like, there's been no time or no capabilities to do that. But yeah, so Super Hive, it's the best alternative. They make smaller ones too. If you're like, just if you need a thing, I'm not sponsored, that'd be super cool. Ultimate Card makes some really awesome stuff, but they make smaller ones too. They have one that I think holds like 5, so if you just have like a smaller collection, you could always pick those up. But I'll list one in the jumper below from TCG Player. They're awesome. They're on like the pricier side, but it holds up and they're really nice material. So number 2, I don't have time for bad sleeves. I do not have time for penny sleeves. I do not have time for sleeves that fall apart, that split. We don't have time for it. Dragon Shield mats, it's the way to go. These are the patrol ones. Like, look at this color. Look at that. It's showing up a little bit shinier, like, on camera because of my light. But, like, come on. These are amazing. I've never had a Dragon Shield split on me. I'm a rough shuffler. End of story. There we go. Do not buy. Do not buy bad sleeves. Life is too short. Invest in nicer things, and then your stuff will last. If you can. If you're able to do it. You know what I mean? Do it. Okay. Okay, this is actually the point that got me inspired to do this video. So, long story short, this actually might be a long story. Okay, on Tapped Out, whenever I post my my commander decks, whenever I do like my deck checks or anything like that, I'm always like, okay, check it out in the Tapped Out. I don't know if that's helpful to anyone. Let me know if that is helpful to anyone. It's helpful for me. I also just, it's helpful for a lot of reasons. It's nice too, because then you can see all the cards and be like, oh, what was that one card? And then you can go back and like, look. It's also really nice too to see the price, because I do know that like Commander can get really expensive. I also think it's probably less helpful for me because I own a lot of foils. And so if you're just like not interested in that, you just want like the basis of the deck, it's probably a little bit on the harder side. But I feel like it's nice to do that. So anyways, I do that on Tapped Out. And so one thing that I also do on Tapped Out is different sets are on the different like cost side, right? So like, for example, if you buy a card from like World's Wake, it might be a little bit more expensive than if it's reprinted in like Modern Horizons 2. You know what I mean? So when I'm doing my listings, Tapped Out does this really cool thing where you can like pick your card and then it will show you the card. The problem is Commander has so many listings, like the Commander sets, like, you know, like Commander 2020, Commander 2017, whatever. And the thing I don't have time for is recognizing Commander symbols, or really just like recognizing set symbols in general. I don't have time for it. I don't like have the capacity to be able to be like, yeah, so that's like a Mirage foil. I don't. care. You know what I mean? At this point, there's so many sets. There's so many set symbols. All the commander set symbols in particular look the bloody same. I just can't do it. I can't do it, okay? So, any tips or tricks to identifying set symbols? Does anyone have it? Because I'd love to know. Because, yeah, and it's a bummer because what it will do on tapped out is it'll show you the card, but that's not really helpful because, like, I can't really see the set symbol, you know what I mean? And, like, I'm just, so sometimes, like, for the most part, my decks are, like, accurate, but, like, if there's a commander symbol, that's different. Like, I'm really sorry. Like, hopefully the difference is, like, 30 cents because I can't. Okay, gosh. Man, it's actually really funny that this has come up because I was just in a conversation with my friend Robbie about this last night. But I don't have time for Magic players who cheat. I don't have time in general for cheating in general, like in life. There's no time for it. It's just like, here's the reality of the situation too, is like, if you have to cheat in casual Commander, please get help. Like, it is a casual game. Like, come on. Like, it's something I just like don't understand. Like, if you know someone who does, could you like please let me know in a comment below, like, what is the like motive behind that? Like, why do you feel the need to cheat in casual Commander? I'm not saying I understand it to a level in competitive. I kind of do in a way. I don't condone it. Like, don't do it. Like, that's morally wrong. Why would you do something like that? You know what I mean? But anyways, I'm in a conversation with my friend Robbie last night. We're talking about Magic and he's like, yeah, I was like playing, I don't even remember what kind of event he was playing at, but he's like, yeah, someone cheat and I like still beat them. I was like, that's really sad. That happened and they cheated and they still lost. But just like, no, just like, don't do it. Competitive, casual, don't care. Don't do it. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Okay. This was another point that really like inspired the video and I was like, I want to make this. Okay. I absolutely loathe the invocations. That is like no secret. I throw shade on those, and the reason why my the spark like triggered for me to get re-upset about the invocations is I'm building Tamishi. And I talked about this in my Commander updates video. I'm really excited to show you guys that. It's actually almost done. I just need a couple more cards for it, and we're good to go. I can't wait to start testing. So anyways, one of the cards that I want to get for the deck is Capsize. Capsize, it's a great card, right? And I'm looking at the different things and I'm like, oh, that's a bummer. Like, it's only been printed foil in the FNM promos and the Invocations. And then I just got like re-inspired by like hatred of like how much I hate these cards. Like, I truly, like, if I had Doctor Strange's powers and could just travel in time, I would love to be sitting in the Wizards of the Coast meeting where someone was like, do you know what we need? Magic cards that you can't read. And people were like, yeah, Bill, that's a great idea. Like, what? I need to know why. Why did that happen? Why did they authorize this? And it has nothing to do with the border. It's you can't bloody read them. Like, I don't know about you, but I'd actually be able to like to read my Magic cards. I know, maybe that sounds like a really wild thing. Like, this isn't the Yu-Gi-Oh! TV show where they don't even have the card text and you get like penalized where it's like, you didn't know the rule of that card, scrub. Like, this is not like that. You should be able to read your cards. If I'm playing with a card I'm unfamiliar with and I look over at my opponent and I'm like, yeah, could I read like that card? And it's like a bloody invocation and I don't know it, I'm going to be really upset because then I have to go to my phone and look it up. And I understand I'm being really petty and really annoying, but this video is petty and this video is annoying. Like, it just bothers me. Anyone else hate them? Please let me know. That was my tirade for the day, okay? I've got it all. But just like in general, Magic cards that don't look like Magic cards, I'm irritated by that. Why? Stop. Make my Magic cards be able to have them so I could read them. Like, do I understand what the card Blood Moon does? Yeah, but what if someone else doesn't and they want to be able to read it but they can't because the text is in like some made up language that someone thought would be a great idea to put on there? Please explain this to me. I hate it. Okay. Last point. Number 6 is I do not have time for rude or unkind Magic players. I just don't have time. There is no amount of time in the day to have time for those things. I just feel like this is partially why I feel like I love Commander, like, so much, because it's just, the community is, like, so cool and so chill, and, like, yeah, there are those people who, like, play more competitively, like, whatever, but for the most part, it's just, you know, it's just, like, I think one of the things that I really like to do is, like, to stay in, like, my tight-knit, like, community of people, you know. I don't really stray away from as much of that, but if there is by chance where it's, like, I get introduced to someone or whatever, it's just, I don't have time for that. Oh, I just thought of another point. Okay. Point number 7. Okay. So, I thought about filming a whole video on this, so let me know if you guys are, like, interested in this. But there is this whole range of, like, the power level of, like, Commander decks, right? I guess, I don't know if you could necessarily this for other formats. Maybe you could. But, like, we're talking specifically Commander, right? So it's like you have, like, your least powerful deck, which is not to say that it's not good, but it's, like, the least powerful. And then you have, like, the most powerful. And then you get into, like, CEDH, which in my opinion, I don't even categorize CEDH on here. I feel like that's, like, its own separate thing. You know what I mean? I feel like, and like, I don't know if it's just because it's not understood, but, like, I feel like if I sit down, I want to be like, listen, this is the kind of game that we want to play. Or someone else is like, this is the kind of game we want to play. And, like, that's not to say that everything should be, like, perfectly smooth. But if I'm over here being like, I don't know, what's something, like, not powerful that you do in Commander? Like, I'm going to have, like, some 1/1s with my Bitter Blossom. And then someone else is over here doing, like, wild and crazy infinite combos. Like, we're not having the same conversation right now. You know what I mean? So I feel like what I do not have time for is people who, like, don't know the power level of your Commander deck. It's like, have an idea. And I'm not saying it has to be perfect. Like, my 4 might look a little bit different than your 4, and that's okay. But, like, it shouldn't be wildly different. You know what I mean? Like, when I sit down and, like, play someone, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna play as a 4, and they're playing wild, crazy, dumb combos that are a 10, please understand the distinction. Thank you so much. If you'd like a video on that, please let me know, because I think it would be really interesting, and I feel like it would require me doing a little bit of research on my part, because I don't know if I necessarily have that information. You know what I mean? I feel like I have my own general idea, but I'd really like to know, and I could definitely do research with my friends and ask them, be like, hey, what do you think about this? So please let me know in a comment what things you do not have time for in your Magic career. I never know what to call that, like, your Magic life, the lifespan of your Magic time as a mage. I don't know. Anyways, if you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll catch you in my next one.